So, good evening students. So, welcome you for this class. So, as we know that yesterday we had seen about the verbs. In the previous class we had seen about the what is verbs, what are the types of verbs available. And yesterday we had seen some of the examples of V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. Okay, some of the examples we had seen yesterday. So all will be in terms of verbs categories. Okay, so as we know that V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. Okay, so how the words has been transformed from one form to another form. Okay, so for example we can say in one way it will give one meaning. For example, V1 gives one meaning and V2 will give another meaning, and V3 will give another meanings, and V4 will represent another way of meanings, and V5 will also be represent similarly in different path. Okay, the action has been vary from one to another, another to another, another to another. So how this action has been varied? So that is the thing we are learning here. Okay, so the practice makes perfect. So once I'm going to teach in the classes, you have to pronounce by yourself. You have to learn the words. You have to learn the words along with me. For example, I can say place. So you should also say place. Okay, whether it's right or wrong. So you have to practice it. So continuous practice will makes you perfect. Okay. For example, if I say ride, so you have to say ride. Okay. Okay. So like that we are going to practice it. And the first today we are going to see about this empower. So this one is, as we know, this is V1, this is V2, all these parameters belongs to V2, this is V3, this is V4, and this is V5. Okay. So in V1, generally they are saying that the given word is said to be an empower. Okay. So once you are going to read the word, you have to read like this, empower. You have to split the words and then you have to join the words. So that is said to be empower. It will be expressed in terms of V1. In V2, how this meaning has been transformed. How it has been transformed, we are going to see empowered. Ed has been added. That is empower. For example, empower plus ed, which will gives empowered. What is that? Empowered. Okay. So empower is the actual word. It is the base form, or it is a root form, or it will be in terms of V1. Okay. So the actual word meaning will be expressed in terms of empower. So what is empower? We can say generally that you have a high energy than the others. It is said to be an empower. For example, we can say a man is empowered. Yeah, woman is empowered. Okay, empower means the person who has a higher energy level compared to the other person. So once you are going to compare with your friends or somebody else, you are having a greater energy and you are highly efficient to do the particular task in a particular period of time. It is said to be an empower. So empowered means the power which has been increased and it has been completed at a particular stage. Okay, empowered. And V3 will also be, this V2 will be transferred to V3 in terms of same thing, empowered. Generally, you know that the both will be which will remain same. V2 and V3 which will be remain same. Empowered will be in terms of empowered, empowered. Next, finally, we know that V3 will be transferred to V4 in terms of empower plus S. That is empower plus S gives empowers. What is this? Empowers. Okay, so yes, we are going to add it. And next one is behind this V4 will be transferred to V5 in terms of empowered plus ing. What is this? M P O W R power plus ing gives empowering. I think now it's clear for you. The actual word is given as empower. A person who has a higher energy or greater task, he will obtain within a short period of time or within his limit. Okay, it is said to be an empower. And once you come back, once you translate this, transform this V1 to V2, it will be in terms of D, that is ED will be added. That is said to be an empowered. Again, if you transfer this V2 to V3, it will be similar to V2 and V3, will be always same. You know that ED will be expressed in terms of ED here, empowered, empowered. And V3 to V4 will be expressed in terms of S will be added. S will be added. V4 to V5 will be expressed in terms of ing. That is empower plus ing, which will gives empowering. Okay, empower plus ing gives empowering. Okay. So the first we have seen about this. This is number 1. And next we are going to see about place. What is this? Place. So what is the other name for place? Location. Okay, place means location. So which place you are available now? Which place you like most? I like this place most. Okay. At present, I am living in this place. At present, I am in this shop. Okay. So it shows that at present where you are available. The place, the locations. Okay. For example, you can say Google Maps will say the place or locations. That's an example for you. Okay, Google Map will be the, it will give the example for you. Google Map. Okay. So, second, we will see about this place. So, place means it will be expressed in terms of V1. So, if we come from V1 to V2, then it will be transferred in terms of ED or D. E will be silent, then D will be expressed. Place will be expressed in terms of placed. Place plus D, ED gives placed, but one E which will be remains silent. Okay, place plus ED is said to be an placed. One E which will be remains silent. Okay, this V2. Now this V2 will be transformed to V3. It will also be similar. Place plus ED gives placed. One E which will be remains silent. One E which will be remains silent. Next, V3 will be transferred. Once you transfer this word from V3 to V4, as we know that we are going to add place plus S. What is that? Place plus S, which will give places. What is that? Places. Place plus S gives places. And finally, V4 to V5, which will give place plus ing gives placing. Here also the E which will be remains silent. E which will be remains silent. So once I say that you are going to add yes, don't add yes as it is. Okay, just you have to see whether this word has given a vocabulary or meaning to the concerned sentences. This each and every word should give the meanings. Okay. So what they are saying that second one is to be in place will be replaced as placed in another form. Place will be replaced as placed in another form. This place will be replaced as places. Places, yes, will be there. And once again, this place will be replaced in terms of placing. Here, E will be remain silent. So that is the thing you have to observe. You should know that once you're going to read the words, once you are going to add some words in terms of suffix, if you are going to add some words, then some of the letters will be silent. So once you practice it, it will come back automatically. So the place will be replaced in terms of placed, placed, places, and placing. Okay, place means it will be an location. Example for the location will be in Google Map. Okay, everyone is using mobile phones. So your location or your place will be identified from the Google. Okay. So this is number 2. Number 3, we are going to see about this ride. So you know about what is ride. Okay. So you can say about this bike ride. Okay. Horse ride. Okay. So these are some of the rides. Okay. Bike rides, horse rides, whatever may be. Okay. Just you are going to ride it. Okay. Here the subject may be he or she. We only talk about that. Okay. So the base form of the word is said to be an ride. Otherwise, we can say the root form of the verb is said to be an ride. Okay, is it clear? Okay. So now I'm going to transfer this base form into another form. That is one form to another form. Once you are going to transfer this verb from one form to another form, how it will be expressed? How we are going to see that? That is in V1, in base form, in root form, it has been given in terms of ride. Okay, it has been given in terms of ride. So what is the spelling for ride? R-I-D-E. R-I-D-E. So ride will be transformed as road. So road. Okay, road you have to say. Here he will never remain silent, but it will be appear. Okay, ride will be road. So O will be I will be expressed in terms of O. Okay, so I will be converted into O. So I will be expressed in terms of O. So ride will be in terms of road. Don't think this road, R-O-E-D. This road will be different than this road. Okay. So it will give different meaning. It has different meaning. It will give different meanings. Okay. And this road will be transferred from V2 to V3 in terms of ridden. R-I-D-D-E-N. Ridden. Okay. What is it? Ridden. R-I-D-D-E-N. Ridden. This ridden will be transformed to rides. Generally, we know that S will be added. Ride plus S gives rides. Next, this rides will be replaced in terms of riding. What is that? Ride plus ing. Don't think that E will be remain silent. R-I-D-E plus ing gives R-I-D-I-N-G. Don't write R-I-D-E-I-N-G. That is will be wrong. Okay, this is wrong. So here the E will be remains silent. If you write that, for example, you are going to write that R-I-D-E plus I-N-G, which will gives R-I-D-E-I-N-G, then this will never gives meaning. Okay, it is inactive or insensitive. So here the E will be remain silent, and then you have to express the words in terms of ing, that is riding. Okay, the third is said to be an ride. Example is horse ride, bike ride, many things you can say. Okay, so ride will be transformed to road, not road, R-O-A-D, it's road, road, and it will be transferred to ridden, ridden to the rides, and rides to the riding. So once again you pronounce it. So from the beginning we will start. Okay, first one is said to be an empower. Okay, empower will be transferred to empowered, empowered, empowers, and empowering. Second is said to be an place will be transferred to placed, placed, places, and placing. So the third one is said to be an ride. The actual word is said to be an ride, is said to be an road. When you are studying, he will be remain silent. Road will be transferred to ridden. It will be transferred to rides. Rides will be transferred to the riding. Okay. Now we will see the another one. Another exact word which is given here is said to be an set. What is it? S-E-T, set. Set means what? It's a group of people, a group of sentences, a group of friends, a group of enemies, a group of teachers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set means it's said to be a group. Generally, we will say the name is said to be a group. So a group of people which they sit together to do some action, to do some good things. Okay, so they are going to do some positive things. Okay, so they are going to do some jobs. A set of people who is going to do some jobs. A set of people who is traveling in the bus. A set of people who is traveling in the flight. Okay, set means a group, a large number of people. For example, more than 10 we can say. More than 10. Example we can say. More than 100, more than 1000 also we can say. This will be said to be a set. Okay. So the actual word is given here is said to be a set. Set will be transformed to V2 in terms of same thing, set. So V1 to V2 will be in terms of as it is, set will be in terms of set. Set will also be represented in terms of set from V2 to V3. The set will also be expressed in terms of V3 to V4 be sets. Yes will be added. V4. V4 to V5, the sets will be transferred to settings. What is that? Settings. For example, set plus ing gives what is that? SETING. This SETING which will be never gives meanings. Okay. This word which do not have a vocabularies. Okay, it never gives meaning. Setting, SETING. Okay, it's inactive. It never shows the action, type of action which will be takes place. Either it may be a past or present or future. Okay, inactive words will never give meanings. So setting here, once you are going to do this, set plus ing gives setting means SETT, one T will be included. For example, SETTING. Then this word will be in terms of active. It will give active meanings. Okay, it will give active meanings. That is said to be in settings. Okay, for example, we can say in mobile phones, Android phones. In mobile phones, I'm using settings. In settings, we are going to frame the size of the font, size of the font, or what type of font you are going to select, or volume. Many specifications, settings will be done. Settings will be done in all parameters, all aspects, mobile phone, TV, and what are all electronics items. Settings will be done initial stage, and then you can continue as it is. So the first one is civilian set will be represented in terms of set, yes, sets, and then will be in terms of setting. Once it come back to the setting, you have to say that one T will be included. T will be included in this. Okay, that is civilian settings. Okay. So number 4, we are seeing about what is set. This will be represented in terms of set, sets, and settings. Okay, so you have to pronounce it with me. Set, S-E-T, set. What is that? S-E-T stands for set. Set, sets, and settings. Okay. So in this way, you have to pronounce it. You have to speak fluently. Okay. Next one is to be on shoot. The actual word is given here is shoot. So I'm going to do some shoot. Okay, I'm going to shoot the balloon. I'm going to shoot the animals. Okay. So it will represent in terms of shoot. Okay. For example, we can say gun. Gun is one of the best example for this shooting. Without gun, you cannot do the shoot. Okay. This shoot will be replaced, transfer from V1 to V2 in terms of SHOT. One O will be silent. SHOOT will be replaced in terms of one O will be silent. Shoot. Okay. Next, this shoot will be replaced from V2 to V3, same as it is shoot. Okay. And next, this shoot will also be replaced from in terms of shoots. Yes, I'm going to add yes. I'm going to add yes. Next, what I'm going to generally, we know that shoot plus ing gives shooting. Plus ing will give shooting. Okay. Shoot will represent terms of shoot. Okay. And next, once you transfer this verbs from one form to another form, the one O which will be remain silent and it will represent terms of shoot. The pronunciation will be same, but the meanings which will be different. So that is the main thing we are learning in these verbs. That is the main aspect. That is the main parameter we are going to learn in the verb. How the single word will be transferred from one to another, and how the meaning action has been varied. How the action has been changed, how the action changes has been takes place, how it changes, in what way the action has been changed, and where these sentences will be, where these words will be utilized, based on the action, based on the timing, or in different aspect. Okay, shoot will be replaced in terms of shoot. One O will be silent. V2 to V3 will be transferred in terms of shoot. Once again, one O will be silent. And shoots will be replaced in terms of shoots. Just you have to come from the basic. So it will be represented in terms of shoots. Finally, we can say about this ing you are going to add shooting. For example, this shoot will be in terms of shooting. Okay, shooting through the gun or whatever maybe. This shooting will be represented in terms of cinemas. In cinema, you can say that shooting is going on. Some actor is in shooting spot. Hero, heroines are in shooting spot. Comedians are in shooting spot. Okay. So these things will be represented in terms of shooting. Okay. So today we have learned some of the words like empower, how it will be transferred, and place, how it will be transferred, and ride, how it will be transferred, and set, how it will be transferred, and shoot, how it will be transferred from one form to another form, and another form to another form, and another form to another form, how it varies and how the action has been varied. That is the main thing we are studying today. Okay, so